Hello, hello, it's Lisa again from the beautiful backyard. Today I thought I would talk a little bit about skeptics because there's no shortage. Oh, there's no shortage of bad hair in this video either. There's no shortage of skeptics of the woo out there. And I think in general it comes down to really having an experience of that yourself to truly understand and get that. But what I think is interesting is that so many men, this is you, so many people reject things out of hand that they don't know anything about. They don't know. Like, well, there's nothing on the other side. When you die, there's nothing on the other side. Okay, my experience has led me to believe differently. So if you want to believe that, all right then. But they make pronouncements. And I think that's the thing. And maybe it's because I'm a full Libra and I see all the sides, and I'm also very diplomatic in how I say things. I tend to say, in my experience, this is what I've seen. I don't come out with a pronouncement. Hey, you guys, Prince is totally rocking it up on the other side. Everybody's on the other side. They're all great. Everything's great. Blah. Like, I don't go to atheist forums, or I don't go to other places and pronounce that this is true. I don't. And I don't know of any woo person that actually does, but there sure as hell enough of those non-believers who come on to threads and just, pardon my language, but shit all over these threads. This isn't true. You're making it up. You are a psychopath. You need to be in a mental institution. Blah, 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 blah. I, one, as an aside, I don't understand why you go into threads that have nothing to do with anything you believe and just say crap. But people do that. Okay, so, but two, you don't know for sure. I don't know for sure. I do not know for sure, that I can prove in a court of law that there are things going on the other side. I cannot prove that in a court of law. I can say these are my experiences. This is what I know to be true. You know, people ask me, how do you know you're really talking to Prince? Well, one, I know. And two, I have had enough outside affirmation to know that that's him. I mean, go look at my video. I think it's video 3 on my Adventures with Prince series about the story with Michael Dean. If nothing else proved that was Prince, that did. That did. But I know what is true for me and in my experience. And so that is my truth. And I don't, I feel like when people want to come and argue about the woo, I remember I boosted a post. Prince told me to. I boosted a post on my Purple Saturation site about something that I channeled for Prince, and he asked me to put it out there. I'm like, okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. The people that came onto my page accusing me of everything, just horrendous stuff. Another white woman trying to use Prince's name for money. What could I say to them? Well, Prince told me to, because that's exactly what someone would say, right? And and so I back to skeptics. The point I'm trying to make here is that there are always going to be people who don't believe you. And they could be your relatives, they could be your spouse, they could be your children. You have to know it's true for you, no matter what the world says. No matter what the world says to you, you know what's true for you. I know, as sure as I'm standing here among these beautiful trees, that it is Prince that I communicate, that I am Prince's channel. I know that. And nobody can convince me otherwise. Nobody can. And I will stand tall in that because that has been my experience. That is my truth. There's not a skeptic out there. And I remember in this, speaking of skeptics, I was in a making of a murderer, um, whatever that was on Netflix in 2016, early 2016. And I remember talking about that I wasn't channeling Prince at this time, but that I talked to guides and teachers on the other side. I don't know how it came up. And there was a guy that I talked to periodically, and he was like, "Well, prove it." I said, "No. One, it's not a party trick. Two, I do it in service to my clients who ask me for that information, and I'm not here to prove anything to you. I'm not." And he was like, "Yeah, I didn't think you could do it." Okay. You have to be stalwart in your knowing to stand up to that and not let it impact you. And I will admit that it pissed me off, but I didn't take it as a challenge because if they're unwilling to see, they will never believe whatever proof you think that you have. Well, I saw this spirit walking down the hallway. Oh, sure you did. No. So don't play in their junk, right? If people don't believe what you're doing, or if they say you're doing the work of the devil, yes, I am trying to spread love and light and connect people with their inner soul and their inner being. Yeah, that's definitely what Satan's asked me to do. Seriously, if anybody knew my work, they would know that. And even if they didn't, they can go look. My work is not about, oh, I don't know, whatever Satanists do. I don't know. I don't know. But my work is not about the darkness. It is about walking in the light. I exist. I acknowledge darkness exists. I don't play in it. It's not my space. So I think you just really have to know within yourself that skeptics are going to come. They're going to try and push their belief on you. They're going to ask you to try and prove whatever it is. And you know what? You do not have to. You don't have to prove a damn thing to anybody. I think I'm saying this to myself. But no, it's true. You don't have to prove a damn thing to anybody. You know what's true for you. Stand in that. Stand tall in that no matter what people say, no matter what they say. This has been a start in talking to, mostly to me, by your buddy Lisa, who encourages you to really trust what you know. Trust what you know. Have a good day. Bye. Oh, it won't turn off. Why won't it turn off?